So our intro needs to be something really like liquid fluid. You know what I mean? That just flows down the river.
All right. Well, I got this. And then I know you got shit you gotta do. So, all right.
I got a church function that I have to.
Right. You gotta get to your boy God.
Your
boy God.
My nigga God. Gotta go get to my nigga God.
And my homeboy Jesus.
Yeah, and his son Jesus. It was me, my nigga God, and his boy Jesus.
All right, everybody. This is Schlock Cast, our first attempt at a podcast. We're still learning how to do this, and we're gonna try to keep it going regularly. Yeah. This is a lot easier to do than me editing videos together because I don't have time for that.
Basically, we're lazy.
Yeah,
and
I don't have time. It's not laziness; it's time. So.
We're lazy.
Whatever.
And but yeah, Schlock Cast. We're about to talk schlock some shit.
Yeah, about everything. Like we don't really stick to any specific topic. We just kind of bounce around.
If you like it or hate it, we're gonna talk about it.
Right.
And we're gonna schlock about it.
Yeah. Oh, mind fucking blown. Yeah. There's one thing I know about. It's being in the rough.
Yeah.
In OB, trust me.
That's true.
I live in the rough in the OB, so.
That's what you're gonna call your memoirs? Yeah. I live in the rough.
In the OB.
Yeah. Life from the OB. That sounds pretty good.
Life is rough from the OB.
When you're OB.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd read that.
All right. I wouldn't. I'd be like...
I'd book on tape it, though.
There you go.
I'd read it while I was, like, super fucking bored. If you got a good person, like, reading it to me, then yeah, I'm sold. Get one of the Star Wars dudes. Those books on tape are dope.
Like Mark Hamill and his Joker voice?
Dude, get Mark Hamill to read anything, and I'll fucking listen to it. Get him to read the Bible out loud as the Joker.
Could you imagine?
I'll convert right now, today. I'll start going to church. If you get...
Do you has
just
like
a memo,
Jesus just doing the Joker laugh? Just maniacally laughing.
Yeah, if you want to get some people on board... Mark Hamill.
All right. Yeah. You know what? If I ever come into a lot of money, I'm gonna hire Mark Hamill to read the Bible.
To read the Bible for
the whole Bible.
You know what? No, that wouldn't be enough, dude. It had to be like a fucking a one-man Broadway show of the passion of the Mark Hamill.
All right.
Yeah. It'd have to be like a splice of Star Wars and the Bible though.
So let me get this straight. It'd be stormtroopers whipping Mark Hamill, who's pulling a cross across the stage, but a lightsaber strapped to his hip.
No, this would be like...
Or a blaster, maybe? He's not quite a Jedi yet.
Yeah, this would be like... It's like... He's kind of like...
It's New Hope, Mark Hamill. It's not quite... He's not quite a Jedi yet.
They're dragging him on a cross through the Trade Federation.
Oh, God.
See the goddamn this committee.
Oh, I hate those movies.
You know that movie. So like Phantom Menace was on TV yesterday, right?
It's always on fucking TV. Who the hell watches that shit, man?
It can only be forced upon you.
I mean, it's who the hell is like, oh, the Phantom Menace is on. Let me sit down and watch this. Like no one, because the movie fucking sucks.
Yeah, no one. Even like the kids that were dumb enough to be super stoked on it, and like young.
Me when I was a kid.
Well, yeah, but I mean. But young enough to like watch it and still not hate it. Like even all those kids now are old enough to be like, oh, our Star Wars fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Like it's not Star Wars.
I mean, honestly, when I was a kid when that came out,
I was a kid too, man. Like the first.
I don't think I hated it then. And then you go back and watch it,
dude. I had
as an adult, and you're like, "This is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen." That was the first time that
Star Wars like truly crushed my hope. Was when Phantom Menace came out. I was like, oh, this is gonna be fucking dope. Like it set up so fucking well. You had like the poster with Anakin where the shadows fucking Vader, like dope shit was going on.
Well, you just saw Darth Maul, who looked really cool on the poster.
And again, Darth Maul, like what?
Who's a great villain, I think.
And they fucking kill him the first of the trilogy. They get rid of him.
Yeah, that was stupid. That dude should have been throughout all three of them.
There was a lot of mistakes made.
Yeah, or if you're gonna kill him, I think it'd been cool to have Dooku kill him. Because Dooku became the new apprentice,
Right.
and it's the rule of two,
Right.
as opposed to
Well, then you got the
him just
whole
dying
canon
by
bullshit
Obi-Wan.
where he was like got spider mechanical legs and shit.
That was in the animated series.
Yeah, but all that's canon according to.
Yeah, I mean, it was in
What I
that
know.
Solo movie, I guess. So, but I don't know.
Did you watch Solo movie?
Yeah, I saw it in theaters. It sucked.
Dude, come on. It was the best out of to me, it was the best out of like the newer generation.
Okay, that doesn't mean anything.
No, it means
That
nothing
means
at
nothing.
all. But
yeah.
Dude, Rogue One was just shit all. That was the worst.
Rogue One, I don't remember anything about Rogue One
It
except
was
those
the-
last 5 minutes
dude, it
when
was
Vader whomps ass of all the rebels, which is the New Hope lead in.
Oh, I
Other
didn't-
than
I
that,
didn't
I
see
don't
it.
remember anything about that movie.
I didn't see that part. I don't.
It was the
remember
only
but it
good
sounds
part of
cool.
that whole movie.
But it
Basically,
sounds cool.
Vader walks in, pops his saber, kills
Yeah.
all the rebels. It was
That's
fucking
dope.
badass.
That's dope.
But other than that, I don't remember anything about that movie.
I
'cause it
remember
sucked.
being like, when is it gonna be cool? Like, when is it gonna start like entertaining
Yeah,
me?
it was-
And it was just like boring bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
there's not a lot though nowadays that's gonna fucking live up to anybody's expectations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
Like
That-
TV shows,
Yeah,
movies.
well, I don't know about TV shows, but movies, I agree, especially when it comes to Star Wars. Like, Episode 9 comes out in December, and I think that's going to be god-awful, to be totally honest with you. I mean, I'll watch it.
I don't
but-
have any expectations at all. Like, I'll say that.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can go into any of these movies and not just blatantly like hate them.
Yeah, that's the safer route to go. I mean,
Yeah.
I just go in hating them already. That way, if you're gonna adjust from the other knob. Yeah, right. No, above it.
From
Yep,
here?
that one right
Oh,
there.
like
Yeah.
short and
Loosen
long?
it, and then you can spin it around.
Oh, okay. Tight.
Yeah, there you go. If you want to raise it up, you got to use the long one over
Oh,
there.
that's right.
Yeah. But yeah, in Episode 9, it's like, man, I don't care. And I was, my cousin was asking me this the other day. He's like, so what do you think about Bennett Weiss and the other guy? They got the Game of Thrones runners taking over.
Oh yeah. So what? Do you know like what is that? What is this going to entail? Because I've heard tell of the Mandalorian. I know that
That's going to be a TV
Mandalorian's a
show.
thing. Right, and so the Game of Thrones dudes are doing
A whole new trilogy.
a 3-part movie.
A whole new trilogy.
Okay, and this is going to be based on Clone Wars.
No, this is off the Old Republic.
Are we talking Legends? Are we talking?
I don't know. I assume it's the shit from the video game, kind
Yeah.
of, in the
like
books.
the Knights of the Old Republic. Style
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Okay.
So but I don't
That's
know.
fucking
And then
boring
people
as
are,
fuck, but
people
okay.
are doing that survey online or whatever, trying to get Keanu to play Darth Revan, which I think would be
but
pretty
that's
damn
Legends
cool.
though. That's not just.
Well, you can bring all that shit into canon, like whenever they did in that
Yeah,
book. With the green guy, what was his name? He was like Darth Thrawn, or what? No, not Darth Thrawn. General
not
Thrawn.
Thrawn.
General
not
Thrawn.
Darth. He's just Thrawn.
Yeah, General Thrawn.
Yeah.
Whenever they brought him in from the books, they put him in the Clone Wars. So
Yeah.
that was all legend
The
shit
blue
that
dude.
they brought into
And he was
canon,
like,
but
what
they
was the
changed
deal
what
with
he
him?
was.
He was force sensitive, but he was.
I don't know. I don't know nothing about him. I know nothing about him.
I say I
don't
read.
know.
Anytime you hear me say read, book on tape. I don't read. I'm fucking,
Yeah.
like no.
Hey man, I did that with it. I read along with the book on tape because there is
Yeah.
no way in hell I could have read that whole fucking book, man.
I don't think there's any book that I could read.
Oh,
Like the whole. I've never read a whole book.
Really?
Like in my life, I've
Really?
never
That's
in my
crazy.
life read a
really?
whole book.
I've read a lot of
What do
good
I like?
books,
What kind of
but-
time do I have reading a whole book?
But it's been
What
a
am
while.
I, a fucking English teacher?
It's been a while since I've read a book like without audio.
Yeah.
I would say it was probably.
But
One of the
I
Dan
think
Brown
books are
books.
one of those things too. That's like, books is one of those just mediums that's not disappearing because people still fucking read.
Yeah,
books.
people always
but
read.
it's like everybody's getting so fucking lazy.
Yeah.
So now it's like, dude, I can literally just be like, hey, phone, talk me this book, and it'll like tell you, to read.
Audible's
the fucking
great,
book.
man.
Yeah.
I don't use it. I kind of cheat and use more YouTube because I've
Mm-hmm.
never really attempted to use Audible. Although I have an Amazon Prime account, so I think I have it included, but I'm not positive on that.
I think that sounds right.
Yeah, but I'm not sure because
think
I've
you get,
never
like,
actually tried to do it. So
You know what's crazy is like it used to be so different. Like people didn't want to fucking do any of the online or app shit. Cause I'm part of that. Like
I still really
I'm
don't.
part of that group of people that's like, no, I'll just go do it myself. You know, I'll just go out and do it, dude. But then on the flip side, I know people that are like, I never leave my fucking house or my apartment
Right.
or whatever. I get my fucking groceries sent. I get my
That's
my
crazy.
laundry. I get my everything. You know what I mean? I pay my bills there.
Well, I do pay my bills online, but when it comes to shopping, I don't really
Yeah.
buy a whole lot of stuff online. Even on Amazon,
You probably should though, because you buy like weird, expensive, like
not
healthy
really.
shit. Yeah, so you do. So if you just
What was
ordered
the
it from
most
like Whole
expensive
Foods,
other
or
than my truck? What the hell
fucking-
have I bought? Like,
dude,
it's been expensive.
this fucking non-soda soda that I'm drinking with my booze.
My Zevia drinks.
Yeah, look, you can't even pronounce it.
Zevia.
It's so fancy.
Oh, that's
Hey,
nothing
shout out
fancy
to
about
Zevia.
it. That's
We want
right.
a Zevia sponsorship.
Yeah. I have the cherry cola, I have the ginger beer, and the cream soda
Yeah,
because
see?
the last two
So
don't
mad
have
shout
caffeine.
out. Oh, see?
Because
Shout out
I
to
drink a lot
stevia.
of caffeine, so I got to kind of watch that.
You know, caffeine isn't. I think it's like salt, dude. Salt and sugar are like the worst too, right?
No.
Like for you.
No. Salt is not bad for you. Salt gets a bad name. Even sugar gets a bad name. The thing with sugar is that it's very high in calories and it doesn't fill you up, so it's very easy to overeat on it. But if you just have a set amount of like calories for sugar or grams of sugar,
Yeah.
you'll be fine. Sugar is not as bad as people make it out to be. I'm not saying it's good. You know, obviously you want to.
You know what-
I've basically
I was
cut it
thinking,
out
man?
of my
'Cause
life.
I'm one of these
but-
people that's like fucking terrible at staying on a diet. Any diet. You can be like, you're on
Yeah.
a fucking pizza diet, and I'll fucking go get tacos.
But
But I think like I was thinking about like the paleo thing seems easy, just like meat, vegetables, right? And like that's basic, super basic shit.
It's all low carb, so
No
paleo's
bread,
great,
right?
Yeah. It's well, I mean, it's
like
low
starches,
carb.
no like
No
starches
starch.
and
Yeah,
shit.
so bread is gone.
Basically like anything that takes
But-
steps to make, kind of.
Well, you can have carbs, just low carbs. So
potatoes.
no.
No?
Sweet potatoes, maybe a very small amount,
Really?
but like white potatoes, red potatoes, all that shit's got to go. You can have beans on paleo, but just a small amount because those are high in carbohydrate.
Yeah.
Rice is gone, even brown rice, that's all gone. So you have to really watch your carb intake, and then keto is the same thing, but a little bit more drastic. So
See, keto, I can't do keto, dude, because I don't know.
keto,
It just, dude,
life-changing,
diets
but-
piss me off, bro, because it's like
well, it's restricting.
I understand. Yeah, I understand that, but also it's so much more like in my head. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go diet, make it simple. You know what I mean? Make eating food simple, but it makes it fucking 10 times harder. I gotta like do this and that and weigh this and weigh that. Like if I'm gonna go super serious about it, you
Yeah.
know, portion this, portion that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what you don't have to weigh your food when you're dieting. You just have to really understand how much you're eating. Like weighing, like when I weigh my food, I do
Yeah,
that.
but you went like full scale, like full bore, open, like wide open throttle into like the whole, just like, you know, nutritionally being more sound. With
Yes.
shit.
Yeah, I did. Well,
And that's cool. Like that's fine. But also, what were you just saying the other day? God damn it, I hate this. fucking
yeah, no,
shit.
I hate it. Like it
Yeah.
sucks, and that's why diet breaks are
But
so important.
but also the results. Like you can't argue with the results.
Yeah,
know
but
what
the
I mean?
thing is it is really hard to keep to that. So ideally, you want to go 2 to 3 weeks on your diet, then have a 1 to 2 week diet break. 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks diet, 1 to 2 week diet break. Now on your diet break, I'm not saying eat whatever the fuck you want, but you can eat a little bit more than you would on your diet. That way your metabolism doesn't drop all the way through the floor. And
That's another thing
You
that
know.
I do. If I try to get on a diet, dude, I'm like, oh, you know what? I did good for 7 days.
Yeah, and you binge.
You know what?
No, trust me,
I think I
it's
deserve
hard.
a fucking Little Caesars pizza to myself.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's hard, man. And I'll tell you, the longest I've gone is 2 weeks on a cut, not a diet, on a fucking cut.
Right.
And I lost damn near 5 pounds in those 2 weeks. But man, I gained it all back in about 3 days because I'll mentally snap, man. Like I break, and I'm just like,
I've had a
donuts, and fucking all kinds of other shit. And fucking Chex Mix and Cheez-Its, and like, it's so fucking good. And now I gained fucking 5 pounds in 2 days because all the shit that I eat.
So here's the real question: is it worth it?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you got to keep in mind.
There's the answer.
Yes. You have to keep in mind. So, yeah, I'm going this long and I break. But I'm slowly making it longer and longer and longer. So, and I keep changing things to see what works for me because I'm a big believer in listening to my body. So, I'll eat certain things and I see how my body reacts to it. And then if I get bloated or if I don't feel full enough, then I'll stop eating that and try something else.
Right.
So, right now, I'm doing pretty good with broccoli, bell sprouts, red onion, mushrooms.
And so these are just the things
beef
that
and then chicken.
you stick to eating.
Yes, things I pretty much eat every day.
That's okay.
Yeah, and then on Saturday,
so that simplifies things. That's pretty cool.
And then on Saturday,
that's your booze day.
Yeah, it is my booze day, but it's also like my cheat day.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really a cheat day; it's more of like a refeed, but it's considered a cheat day. So like this morning, I got up, I went to the donut store, and I got 2 chocolate donuts with the cream filling.
Sweet.
And I got 10 sugar-free donuts.
So,
and it was delicious.
Yeah, sure.
So I had 2 that were really high in sugar, and they were good. But throughout the rest of the day, I ate the sugar-free ones, which is basically just fried bread.
Right.
Which to me is a
That's
dessert because I don't eat fucking
I love
bread.
fried bread.
So the only bread I eat is Ezekiel bread.
But I'm a fat fuck, so I love fried.
I'm
anything.
a fat fuck,
yeah.
so I got shit.
But
I control my eating.
Let's see. So let me ask you the hot question though.
All right.
How much did you hate Game of Thrones?
The last episode?
Yeah.
The last season or the last episode?
Season, the last episode. All
right.
of the above.
I mean, I'm not one of those people that overreacted. I mean, I thought the show has been fairly bad for the past couple years.
Really? Like what, since 4 or 5?
Yeah.
I've
I think
heard that.
so. Because I quit watching it for a long time until Lauren had her HBO Now account, and I was just like, well, all right, it's on my fucking PlayStation. Why don't I use it? Because I had no interest. I did not give a fuck whether I watched Game of Thrones.
I never did. I never ever had any interest in like Game of Thrones. And then one day, like, you know what? One day I was really slow at work, and I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna catch up on all of Game of Thrones. I had never watched one episode fully, and I was like, I'm gonna catch up right now today, and it took me about an hour and a half.
Just watch all the recaps.
I just watched all the recaps, and I was like, okay, now I know exactly what's going on.
They do a pretty good job of telling the story.
Certain ones do a really good job.
Yeah.
Certain ones, like, I keep to, like, there's one called, like, The Last Harpy. That's a good one. There's one that's called, it's like Crammed or something. It's like, shows and episodes crammed in a certain amounts of time. And then, but I also, like, before I did that, I kind of, like, because Trent's brother TJ was super nerdy about it. Like, he knew every fucking thing about Game of Thrones. He read books, you know what I mean? He was one of those dudes.
Oh, really?
So
that's really I wouldn't see TJ being into the books.
But he's super
into the show. Really,
he's super into like whatever he gets into. He's super into. You know what I mean? But he was talking about it one day about how cool the books are and all like the backstory of everything, like just how much basically better it is than what they put on TV. Yeah, and so I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna check it out. And I just kind of like started. I just went into like a YouTube hole of like Game of Thrones like backstory and just like, you know what I mean, like the whole book history, like not the way before the show. And so when I did start watching the recap videos, I like knew all the super random backstory shit. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, right. okay, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just like Targaryens and Dondarrion. Like, I was like, okay, I know.
Mother
I know
of Dragons.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Westeros and Westeros. And, like, yeah. So I kind of, like, I had, like, an idea of what the fuck was going on.
Right. You know what? I'll never forget. This is years and years ago. I remember. I'll never forget this. We were out playing disc golf, and I was talking to. I don't know if you were there. It might have just been me, Trent, and Biggins. I can't remember. But we were all sitting there at Audubon, and Trent was like, Jon Snow's a Targaryen, right? And I was like, really? You think so? Because this is like season 1 or 2. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had read the books or whatever. I have no idea. And he's like, yeah, man. He's like, it seems like he's a Targaryen because that's when he first got his sword, the wolf sword, which he did nothing with in that fucking show. No. But
there was a lot of just like dropped balls.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
The last season, man, like that they didn't really know how to end anything. But I remember him saying this. He's like, he's a Targaryen, and I was like, really? And I was like, okay, well, that's interesting because he was a bastard.
Yeah.
And then come to find out, he was fucking Targaryen, and they did nothing with that. Nothing with that.
Dude, they did nothing with anything that was important.
Yeah.
They did.
What the fuck was the point of him being a Targaryen? What did that mean? So he fucked his cousin or he fucked his aunt? Is that the whole reason?
That meant that he was the actual king. Like,
okay,
by blood, like he was.
Like, but they didn't do anything with it. Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because they didn't like.
What the hell was the point of even saying that?
They didn't tell anyone till like the very end, and he basically was like, "I don't want to be king."
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
No, I get that.
Yeah,
but I mean, they still didn't do anything with it.
I mean, what do you do with that? Like,
there's got to be something you can do with that. Nah. He is the rightful heir to the throne.
Yeah.
And I know, like, Vargas was like, oh, I know you don't want to be king, but you got to be king, I mean, but they didn't really go anywhere with it. They just kind of...
They didn't go... I don't know
just
what... I also...
Khaleesi was like, hey, don't tell anyone.
Yeah. I also was super
pissed I'm gonna tell
about
Sansa.
The fucking... about... What's her name? I know about the Night King. That was a bummer, dude.
That was so fucking stupid. Man. They built that shit up for, 7 years? And then they end it like that. Like that's the thing that made me the most upset, man, because I didn't really care about anything else on that fucking show. I didn't care he became king.
The Night King arc, yeah.
I didn't care about anything. I didn't give a fuck about Three-Eyed Raven. I didn't care about that shit.
I just wanted to know. I like
about
to pick
Ari's
up on
assassin stuff. I don't get care.
No, I thought it was dope. I mean, don't get me wrong. I thought it was cool, but
yeah. I mean,
I don't care as much.
It started
about
off
that.
Cool. Her training was
yeah,
cool. Then
I don't care
stupid.
As much about that as I do why the night. Unless they're thinking like, and I mean, if they're thinking like longevity wise, if they're gonna come out with some more shit, like cool.
Well, they're coming out with a prequel show.
Yeah, exactly. So why the fuck wouldn't you wrap up the Night King bullshit and the whole like White Walker stuff? What were they What? Just what? Why were they going there? What was the point of them attacking?
I think didn't Bran say they were coming for him because he's the Three-Eyed Raven?
Well, what the fuck does that mean?
I don't know why. I don't know what the fuck the Three-Eyed Raven even does.
And if that's
he just
the case,
keeps track of
hey,
time. I guess.
Kick his old crippled ass out the gate and give him to him. Like, you know what I'm saying? What did he do? The whole time he did nothing.
He did absolutely.
He just
nothing.
like looked. He
became king.
He added like a Stephen Hawking vibe to everything,
and he became king.
He became
king of the 6 kingdoms. Which is another thing I have a problem with is how Sansa's like the North is gonna go ahead and leave. He's like okay.
Yeah.
And no one seemed to give a shit.
No one does.
If I was in those other kingdoms, I'd be like, well, fuck you. I'm leaving them too. I'm gonna succeed, man. Fuck that shit.
I don't know, man. I think they really just. I feel like they were like, okay, what are we gonna do with this? And like the showrunners were over there just like counting money.
Yeah,
like,
well,
hey, I'm busy, dude.
Well,
just like counting money.
And
hey, where's the story gonna go after this? And you just hear.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, and I don't know how true this is or not. And like I said, I'm not really sure. I don't know. It's just shit I've seen on the internet. So who the fuck knows? But apparently George R.R. Martin gave them like I guess his cliff notes on his ideas to end his books. So they didn't really have anything to adapt. They just had like some bullshit.
I don't know if that's true. Dude.
I don't know either. And then apparently also they were also writing. Well, I don't know if this is true either, but I think this is the case. they had started writing Star Wars already. So as they're writing Star Wars, or at least planning out Star Wars, they had to wrap up Game of Thrones. So they're probably doing double
Everything
duty.
shifted really hard.
Which means Game of Thrones suck and Star Wars is going to suck because they're doing all this shit at the same time.
And then the second Star Wars will be all right. You think so? I don't, dude.
I don't know, man. I have no faith.
I put zero faith at all.
I don't give a fuck about Star Wars at all anymore. After Episode 9, I will never watch another Star Wars movie.
Really?
Because I don't care, man. I'm so fed up with fucking Star Wars.
Nah,
I don't give a fuck about these Mandalorian shows. I don't give a fuck about what Disney's doing on their streaming service. I don't fucking care, man. I do not give a fuck about Star Wars. They have ruined Star Wars.
I gotta say that
they've just oversaturated.
I'm on the other
everything.
side of that coin because what I'm gonna do instead of that is I'm gonna say like, fuck it. Let's just drop your standards a little. I want a Star Wars. I want to keep having Star Wars, so I'm gonna keep watching them and just be like, this is what Star Wars is now.
Yeah, that's sad.
It's super sad.
Because I mean, you think Star Wars, I don't want to not have.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to not have a Star Wars. You know what I mean? I don't want my son to grow up with like he's gonna have a shitty fucking Star Wars, but he's gonna have a Star Wars.
Well,
you know what I mean?
And here's another thing too.
That's kind of how everything is, though.
But I do wonder this because maybe Disney has the right idea about this, and I could be completely wrong. But if you keep pumping out content, the kids are going to pick it up. And Star Wars has such a brand. No matter how bad they water it down,
right?
It's always going to be Star Wars, and there's always going to be kids that are going to buy into it.
Well, you just
Disney has that Disney World, Disneyland are building that Star Wars theme park and shit, along with their Marvel theme park and all that other bullshit. So I don't know, man. Maybe they know what they're doing. I mean, Disney runs the fucking world. True. So I guess they know what they're doing. Who the hell am I to question them? But man, I just know it's frustrating because I just don't give a fuck about Star Wars anymore. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't fucking care.
It's hard to.
Yeah, I just don't. After Episode 9, I'm done. I'm just like, fuck this. I am done.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just fed up with it, man. Like I just don't care. I just want to watch Rambo. Or I want First Blood Part 2, Rambo 3, Rambo 4. The new Rambo's gonna come out. Those movies. Yeah, The Expendables, Terminator. Not the new Terminator. Have you seen the trailer for the new Terminator?
When's the last time
Have you seen the new trailer for the new Terminator?
I don't. I probably shouldn't, honestly.
You want to watch it right now?
Yeah.
Dude, it looks
bad.
Fucking dumb.
Really?
Now it doesn't look as bad as the old ones.
Yeah.
But
well, I honestly forget that they made anything after Terminator 2. I just don't even think about it.
Just look at these three things here, and just take in what this trailer that you're about to watch is.
Fuck you.
I don't know how this is gonna sound with the audio, but I'll try to make it work. But
life. No, it's a nightmare.
Dude, that's gonna be loud as shit when it gets loud. Maybe not. And home has been found. I'm not stopping.
Oh, keep watching. It's not over yet.
My name is Sarah Connor.
It kind of looks like an action-packed lesbian porn.
I could see that, actually.
That's what it is.
Why do you care what happens to her? Because I was her. We win by keeping you alive.
I'm going hunting.
No, that's it.
I mean, all right.
I mean, it's they got Linda Hamilton to come back. Don't give them that.
It's got a good
but-
recipe, you know. It's got a good recipe, but you know, I don't know. I could say a lot about that. They're doing a lot of things. They're trying to make a successful movie, and I get that. They're throwing like the strong woman image out there.
No,
They're bringing
it's
back
James Cameron doing what you were talking about.
they're
Benny
bringing
Weiss was
back-
doing. Hey, I'm James Cameron.
Yeah.
Let me make 10 more Avatar movies and fucking 15 more Terminator movies. I don't fucking
Wouldn't
care.
you,
Whatever.
though? Wouldn't you? Fuck.
I mean, he doesn't care. He's not making
be
them. He's just getting
pumping.
fucking paid off of
I'd be
them.
pumping.
I would be, hell yeah, if someone's like,
Pumping out content, dude.
oh, dude, I would be too. I mean,
Fuck you.
well, I'm not saying what he's doing is wrong.
Right.
But
Artistically,
how many fucking is that the 9th Terminator
You know,
fucking movie? 6? Oh no, like no bullshit. I think it's the 7th movie.
Yeah, but here's
7th fucking
but
Terminator.
Think about it
movie.
like this: if a motherfucker comes to you and is like, "Hey, we got like 20 ideas, okay? 5 of them are almost gimmies. You know what I mean? 5 of them are like they're gonna make money. Is it gonna be shit? Who knows? But 5 of them are gonna make money just based on what they are, like what the.
I don't
everything
think
that
those
comes
make
with
money.
it. No, dude. If someone comes to a high up exec, it's like, hey, we could do this, which is like this, like X amount of risk, or we could do another Terminator, which just having the Terminator name is gonna say, you know what I mean?
But do people go
Yeah.
see Terminator
Oh, for
movies?
sure, dude.
I don't know,
Hey,
man.
the same fucking people that are going to see like fucking SmackDown, they're gonna go watch a Terminator.
The
They're gonna
wrestling
go watch,
event?
yes,
What the fuck?
They're gonna go watch a Schwarzenegger movie. You know what I mean? Like that's the
Can
kind
you
of
call
fucking
that a
people.
Schwarzenegger movie?
Didn't you see Schwarzenegger?
He's probably in that movie for 3 minutes.
Isn't Terminator franchise basically hinged on Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yes, but I
Okay,
would not
so-
call these Schwarzenegger movies anymore.
I mean, no, there are no Schwarzenegger movies.
Yeah,
anymore.
well, yeah, exactly.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think about it like that. That's like just like saying we can make this, you know, this movie that has a fucking incredible script, or we can make another, you know,
Right. I mean, I get what you're
Expendables
saying.
movie.
Terminator's like
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
but-
So it makes sense.
Well, the
like-
Expendables you can make for nothing. That movie is going to be expensive. Look at all the fucking CG they did there.
CG ain't
That's all
that
green
expensive
screen.
nowadays, dude.
It's all green screen, and you have the liquid, the T2000 or whatever the
They
fuck.
used the Latino for them this time. So hey, this next shot goes out to the Latino Terminator. Thank you.
And a woman Terminator again.
And Linda Hamilton's lesbian sex robot.
Ah,
also.
I will choose the Linda Hamilton sex robot. All right.
Thank you. hmm So you got that going on.
Oh man, that's gonna be a piece of shit. I mean, that's all there is to it.
Oh, it's
Like-
gonna be horrible.
Oh,
dude, you
man.
know what, man? Speaking of being a great dad, my fucking kid is. I'm like, so I always joked about it that like he's either gonna be because I'm basically like a idiot savant genius.
I would agree with that.
And Marlene is a pretty level-headed woman,
I would agree
which
with
is
that.
rare. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
She's very calm, cool, and
Yeah.
collected.
So I
yeah.
was like, man,
nothing really gets to her.
yeah.
Yeah. Which for you is perfect.
Right, yeah. Yeah, 'cause I'm a fucking terrible person. Right. We could all agree. But so I was like, dude, my son's either gonna be like he's either gonna be just a fucking terror. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think
Like,
so. Troy's a really
or
good kid,
he's gonna
man.
be like, yeah, or he's gonna like be the
He's like super
savior
chill.
of the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now, dude, he's like he's already sarcastic. He's a year and a half years old. He's a year and a half. And he's already like I fucking yelled at him, put him in timeout dude, he's a year and a half, and he's already
What are you
gotten
white?
into 3
You white
fights.
now? You
He's
raising
already
your
gotten into
child
3
in
fights.
white America?
Well, no,
Time
not
out.
at all.
They should
But,
whip his ass.
no, but I don't think he's old enough to fully understand what
An
an
ass
ass whooping
whooping?
is. Yeah, I think he's still a little bit. He does like he could. I know it, but I don't want to beat my kid up.
No,
You know what I mean?
no,
Like,
I
don't wanna-
totally agree with
I don't
that.
wanna
I think
spank
spanking
him
your
yet.
kid is
Like,
dumb.
No,
Yeah,
I mean
agree.
you have to at first.
I don't know, man.
You kind of do, but
you
when
really
they're
don't.
when they're that young, you don't have to. You just have to scare them.
See, I really don't think spanking your kid is any good.
It's not about the spanking of the child. It's just with most children, it's easiest to like get them
To
there.
scare them,
Right,
by whipping
by
them.
giving them a spanking. Yeah,
Yeah, that doesn't
Or-
work.
it does.
Capital punishment. I don't know, man.
There's
been
a
proven that
difference
shit
though.
doesn't
There's a
work.
difference. There's a huge difference because you got to think about it like I'm gonna sound like a huge piece of shit, but you have to think about it like raising a fucking puppy. Like when you have a puppy, do you know how to make your puppy a badass dog? That dog basically has to like know that it relies on you to be alive. You know what I mean?
Right. I don't have to hit it for that, though.
No, but you gotta do it. So is it worse to hit it or is it worse to like put food in front of it and say no, you can't eat? Because that's kind of what part of like
No,
that's kinda what you gotta do.
that's how you train a dog. You train them.
Yeah, but are you gonna
dogs
do
are
that-
not human beings.
Okay, but what are you gonna do to a kid then? What's your answer?
What do you mean?
It's easy to say like I don't believe in spanking your kids. Then what are you gonna do?
How am I gonna discipline?
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. So it's like,
well, I'm trying to think
so
because
it's
the only
just-
time that I whip Bowser's ass is when he gets in their trash. Other than that, I do not spank him.
Okay, so think about this now, right?
But I have
You gotta
restricted
think
his
about
food
it like
whenever
this,
I'm
though.
training him.
You
yeah.
say like spanking a kid isn't. That's just not. It doesn't work or make sense.
well, if my
or
kid got in
whatever.
the trash, I'd
But,
whip his
okay,
ass too.
What if your kid went and like, this has happened. What if your kid walked up to you holding like a gallon of bleach?
I'd
What
be
would
like,
you do?
"Hey, buddy, I wouldn't drink that."
That's what you'd say. Your
Yeah.
kid's gonna die in 2 days. He's gonna be dead. He's gonna be like, he didn't.
I would
He
call
said he
that-
wouldn't, but you know.
I'd call that suicide.
Well, survival of the fittest. Fucking
Right.
Darwin. No, but you know what I'm saying? Like, but no, like, dude, you know what you do? You grab it and you fucking swat his hand and say, no, don't touch this. And then, you know, he's going to change his face into a oh shit face and look at you. And then he's not going to fucking touch that.
I don't know, man. I
Yeah,
have my doubts about that.
I swear.
See,
I see it. I experience
well,
it.
I mean, I don't have kids, so
Yeah.
so I guess you would know more than I
Dude,
would.
you know
but-
what he does already? This motherfucker did this to me. This little bastard. This little motherfucker. I'm telling him, like, I put him in timeout because he's just being a dick. He's like, and you like, I had to
He's
change
like,
his.
"Fuck you, Dad."
We had to like
Old
change
man,
his diaper,
can't
and
tell
he's
me
just
what to
like
do.
squirming and yelling and stuff. And he's like grabbing shit and being like, "Mine, no!" Like he does that
Yeah.
now. It just
He's telling you to
yells.
fuck off.
Dude,
Yeah.
basically. And so I'm like, you know what? You go into timeout. I like fucking set him in his crib. I was like, all right, you're gonna stand there till you learn how to fucking act right. And I was like, hey, you need to stop doing that shit. You need to stop, acting wild. You have to get your diaper changed, and you need to stop saying no because you're a child. And he looked at me and like curled his mouth up and went like, okay. Like he shook his head like with perched lips, just like, okay.
He's like, "I'll
Like,
play your game
No,
for
yeah,
now."
dude. I know.
But-
Dude, you know what he did this morning? It was creepy as shit. I woke up, right? Marlene gets him out of his crib, changes his diaper, puts him in the bed, and they're like moving around, and I get woken up to him like over here. So I roll over and go to sleep. I'm pacing him like that. And I fucking open my eyes, dude, and my son's this far away from my face. I mean, like, so close. And like, he's got this look. He's looking at me with a straight face, but a weird, creepy smile, like, just like staring at me, just right here. And I was like, oh shit. It was fucking. He might kill me. He might
Yeah.
sleep. He might
Well, I
murder me
mean,
one night.
Isn't that the natural progression?
It is. He's gonna assert his dominance.
Yeah,
and he's gonna
exactly.
yeah. Yeah.
I
Pretty
mean, that's
much,
how
man.
it is, the
Just like super calmly too. Just
right.
Look, as
Just in your sleep, just he's just plotting.
He's gonna set up a huge. What are those things called? Where it's like this lever breaks this bottle, which shoots this across the room.
Oh, like
there's a name for those, but I can't.
Yeah,
fucking...
it's like Mousetrap. But
yeah, it's
in
gonna
real
be
life.
like that, but it's gonna be it's gonna be like going into the fucking Goonies house.
Yeah, there you go.
It's gonna be just the same shit, and then I will die at the end.
Yeah,
and then right, but right before like the knife drops, it's gonna hit a stereo and it's gonna play "Come My Lady, Come My Lady." That's definitely gonna be playing when I die.
Your son's gonna grow up listening to Funky Town.
No. I'm just saying. Well, this is an old joke that.
Or is it because he hates you so much? He wants the last song you to hear.
That right there. Right there. Because he hates me so much that he's like, you know what, you fucking old piece of shit. Here, a song from your youth, you old bitch. You know what I mean?
Oh, that song of awesome.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No, that's actually like an old joke. I used to always joke with like Marlene and people, like when I used to work in like the bars and Deep Element shit. I'd be like, you know, I'm always pretty calm, like as far as doing security and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm always pretty calm, but when fucking Crazy Town Butterfly comes on, I just like my butthole tightens up and I'm like, oh shit, it's about to go down. You know what I mean? Like I'm ready. That's when I'm most ready. I'm just like,
you're locked in.
Fuck, yeah. What's gonna happen? Because you know,
become a ninja all of a sudden.
People hear that fucking song, dude, and they just, I don't know what it is, man. They fucking start going wild. That's true. That's true, man. They just start going nuts.
That song is so stupid.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my god.
They fucking hear that shit and they, oh man, it's exciting though.
I can't lie. As a youth, I think I owned that album as a child.
I know you did, dude. Everybody did.
I can't fucking.
Everybody had that shit.
Oh,
they all
God.
went to Warped Tour. You know what I mean? All the kids.
There was another song
dude, but
on
we're
that
part
album.
of that. You know, we're part of the generation that was like one of the last to have real music. Like nowadays, there's no in most genres, dude. There's no like real actual music going on. Because I've tried to like find it. Oh, the only thing that I find anything even almost appealing is when I go and dig like on, you know, YouTube or some random shit. Anytime I'm like not looking for something like produced, you know, or like. Because everything is just like cookie cutter, super cookie cutter. In every genre, it's doing that right now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense because that
used to
sells.
say-
I mean,
and
there's always gonna be underground shit though,
For
you
sure.
know.
People used to
And
say,
now
and
the
I never
underground
took it
shit you can
seriously,
find because of YouTube.
but people used to say that like, and I don't listen to country, but people were like, dude, honestly, country is one of the last types of music that like musicians are actually still playing music.
No, there for a long time
it's
that
not-
bro country shit.
That's
took
still
over.
a thing. I'm pretty sure. Like
Yeah.
that's still the thing. And now it's like rap country and shit. It's all
Yeah, that's weird as hell,
Yeah.
man. Like I was listening to. I don't really listen to the radio much, but I was driving to work.
I don't listen to the radio at all. You know what I listen to? One radio station, the classic rock station.
I want to say it was like is 92.5.
Yeah.
Is that or no? It used to be the Bone. It used to be 93.3 the Bone,
That's
which
not
is
a thing
I know,
anymore, I
but
think.
it's 93.3 something hot 93. I don't know what the fuck it is.
think
Anyway,
it's like
I just
a
know it
top
used to be
40.
the Bone. Now it's like top 40 shit. And I don't know why I was listening to this radio station because I never fucking do. But some
I know
song
why,
came
because you were
on.
hoping that the thong song was going to come on.
Cisco.
The same reason anybody was. Yeah.
But
For
they had
sure.
like another fucking like rap country song, man. And I was like, is this a fucking thing?
Yeah, dude, it's weird.
It's so fucking weird.
weird,
And who the
man.
fuck listens to that shit? I mean,
You know what, man? Like,
I guess people do. It's on the radio. But
It's so like I'm realizing super hard that there's this fucking crazy like swing in how shit goes. Just the ebb and flow of everything as far as progression, like in like sociology, you know, in the world. Like as far as the progression
Sociology?
of shit like
Is that
that
trying
is
to
going.
psychology?
Yeah,
One of those two
no,
words?
sociology. But
Okay.
I wasn't sure if it was that one or. No, I think it is sociology. But so everything that's like getting more progressive is making things get more like conservative.
What do you mean?
Like the mixture of people, like people actually like blending with each other, like the rap country shit, and just like, you know what I'm saying? Just shit that before was like no. And like groups of people being like cool with other groups of people is kind of getting better, but it's also getting worse. You know what I mean? Like the whole like gay stance and how most people like are with gays in America. It's getting like better slowly,
Right.
or just more like widely accepted. But it's also causing more of a radical like, you know, outburst from the people who are not cool with it.
Sure.
Yeah, so it's like a good thing and a bad thing. And I think that's also with like, it's just making it acceptable to be a piece of shit, kind of. You know what I mean?
That makes you a troll. I mean, trolling.
Yeah, and the fact that that's a thing, it just shows that they are like, they're pretty much, people are just being like, oh, you're a troll. That's like, I'm giving you a name now. Your new name is you're a troll. You're a type of person.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you're still a troll. Now you're a distinguished person out of the group of and everyone. Like, so now, even though you're the troll, you're still a part of the group because you're the troll. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I feel like a troll wouldn't be part of the group.
Yeah, but he
like
is
a troll
though.
group, I guess.
But he is though, because he's still like, so even so it's basically like saying even
because
the
trolls
nerdy,
are usually anonymous anyway.
yeah, but they're
so.
not. You know what I mean? Because no, they're anonymous in the sense of like they're known for being a troll. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just,
I don't know about that.
I just think it's weird the way that everything is like. It's like I used to like, you know, these people in California, and they told me this shit and it blew me away one time. They were like, yeah, that's so and so. They're like, he's a crackhead, like he smokes crack, but that's, you know, he's not a bad person. Like, he's a homeless crackhead that steals shit from people, but he's not a bad person. Like,
being a homeless crackhead doesn't make you a bad person. The fact that you steal from people makes you a bad person.
I added that to enforce the fact that he is a bad person.
Right, but just because you're
he's a
homeless and
crackhead
smoke
that
crack
steals from
doesn't
people.
necessarily mean you're a bad person. You're just
But-
lazy.
Okay, that's a semantics.
And you enjoy
argument.
crack.
That's a semantics argument. But what I'm saying is, you know, it's like, I understand being like liberal and being cool with everyone and being like all right with your choices.
Sure.
But then there's like a line. Like, you know what I mean? You can't be like, oh, I understand that you're like, if, you know, that's like being like, I get that you're racist. I'm okay with you being racist. Just be racist.
Yeah, either you have the right to be racist.
You do have the right to be racist, but also, I gotta loop back to what I was talking about because I can't remember now.
Well, we started with Funky Town, then it became racism all of a sudden. I don't know how that happened, but
oh, that's right. Because I'm trying to explain why I think that everything that is like moving forward in their own agenda is also like kind of moving backwards. So
whose agenda though?
Just any
society,
whatever group that is in particular. Like the biggest one that I'm seeing lately, like that I notice, is like the whole like bad to be like a bro, like a man's man. What is that shit called? Where they're like, you can't be a macho type of like dude, you know. It's a bad thing to be like a manly man.
I have no idea.
It's like
To be a manly man.
like the anti-feminist type shit, you know what I mean?
What? Well, when you say manly man, like, what do you mean? Like, someone.
I mean, like, men don't cry and men do this and.
Okay. Right.
There's a word for it that I'm missing right now because I'm getting a little lit.
I don't know.
But I think it's called masculinity. Masculinity shaming. Is that a thing?
I'm sure it is.
So I've heard like people talking about this thing lately where like.
So wait. Let me get this straight. So what you're saying is men are not supposed to cry or...
I mean, just kind of like...
Or show affection.
The whole like... Look it up. Look masculinity.
Well, no, this is interesting that you say... I'll look up in a second. But
I want to know
it's
if
interesting
I'm off
that
base.
you say this because this is kind of a thing So
I've noticed here lately
back in
that
the day,
there's been talk of it
like,
more so.
well, like,
and especially in relation to like the whole feminist movement.
well, back in the day, like, and I say back in the day, I mean we're only in our 30s, but
Right.
back in the day, like in the 50s and shit, like men wouldn't tell their kids that they love them or give them hugs or anything, and like all that shit.
Oh, dude, I'm super a part of that. Like, that super affected me in my life.
And like that was a thing, and you wouldn't tell your kids you love them and stuff, and
Right.
and you know you'd whip the shit out of them for any small
Yeah.
thing to toughen them up or whatever.
Right.
And that ruined a lot of kids, man. That
Dude,
that leads to depression.
It really,
stuff.
it really is. But see, that's another
But I wouldn't call it
way
masculinity.
That's
I would
another
just
way to
call
bring
that
up
just being an
like
asshole.
my point is like that's happening too. Cycles are being broken finally.
Yeah.
You know what I
for sure.
mean? And
Yeah.
in a big way, more noticeably now than ever before.
Well, because there's so much research.
Right. And there's just so much information that's just readily available to everyone.
Yeah, that too.
So like, and now a lot of those old practices and old like ways of thinking are getting shifted super hard, almost to the end that it's like it's way more coddling, I guess.
Right, everyone
it.
gets a trophy,
It's just
that
way
kind of
more.
thing.
It's like
Everyone gets a ribbon.
It's it's oversensitivity.
Kids don't know how to lose.
Hypersensitivity. But at the same time, it's like I can go online and anonymously just shit talk and just like be the worst human like piece of shit and talk and say terrible things to someone.
Well, that's being
anonymously.
phased, but even trolling's being
also-
lightly phased out too, though.
Yeah,
I mean, like Facebook and Twitter and all that shit. Like they're slowly. I'm not saying they're gonna totally Reddit. They're not gonna totally phase it out, but like. If you say, like, I watched this on Rogan's podcast not too long ago. The people on the guy that created Twitter and like his head secretary, whatever the fuck she was, I don't know what she was, but anyway, like they were on there talking about like certain words that come up, their algorithm will find and they'll flag it and they'll remove those comments, which I thought was pretty interesting. Like learn to code and shit like that.
Yeah.
So like that shit will automatically get taken down. So even if you're trying to troll somebody, it'll automatically remove that shit or anything like vulgar. Like not vulgar like cussing, but vulgar like
stuff, dude,
saying like racist shit
but all
and
that
stuff like
just
that.
is gonna raise like it's you know what I think of immediately? I just go, well, isn't that kind of like censorship?
It is censorship, yes.
Yeah. So what the
Which
fuck?
and it's funny because those things
Hey,
came out to be
next shot
anti-censorship.
to censorship.
Well, I'm not gonna
To censorship.
No, fuck that. I'm not
censorship.
I'm not saying, you know, to be a complete asshole on the internet, but I definitely
No,
think
that's
you
what
should
you're saying. If you
I think
want,
you should be able to. You should be able to say whatever the fuck you
No, you
want on the
definitely
internet.
should.
If
You
that means you want to say
definitely
some racist Nazi shit,
You
then
definitely
go
should.
for it. If you want to be a
should.
feminist and support what you stand,
That's 100%
then fucking
true.
do it.
You definitely should.
You
be
should have
able-
the right to fucking do that.
You should be able to say.
You can do it on
any-
the street with
okay,
a megaphone. You can do that shit on the
Okay,
internet.
here's the thing though. You should be able to say anything you want, but not everybody can handle that kind of responsibility.
I agree, and not everyone can handle hearing that shit because they
Right.
freak out. But
Right.
I mean, that's part of it, man. Like, if you want to have the right to do that shit and say wild ass shit, that's fine. Now,
But you also
if you get
have to
fired
be able
from your
to-
job,
but you also have to be
that's
able
part
to-
of it.
You also have to
know,
be able to put up with whatever comes of it.
Well, yeah,
which
that's part of speaking out, and
that's
people
the
are gonna
problem.
people are
That's
gonna hate
where-
on you, and
that's where
that's the way it should be.
That's where the
I'm
problem
not saying
comes in.
physically assault anybody, but you should have every right to have debates with that person,
Yeah.
be online or offline or whatever, and
Hey.
not yelling and screaming.
To
just...
physically assaulting somebody.
All right, whatever.
All right.
Sure, why
sweet.
not? But like,
Shout out to physically assaulting somebody.
but I'm saying like you shouldn't like physically assault anyone for anything.
I don't know, man.
Even
What
if
if,
they
like-
have a bad opinion on something, and
Exactly.
you don't support
What
that
if
opinion.
someone has a bad opinion about something?
Well, I
then
mean,
can you assault
they have
them?
the right to have a bad opinion, so it's not, and they should have the right to speak their
Unless
mind.
they say something like Sativia is terrible soda, and then I'll be like, nah.
Zevia, not
Yeah.
Stativia. Isn't that pot? That's That's marijuana.
Shout out to
isn't it?
Sativia, a new marijuana infused soda that I just came up with.
There you- I'm positive that's out in Colorado already.
No, dude, I'm a fucking.
Dude, they have pot beer.
Listen, I'm a trailblazer.
They have
And
pot
you know what I'm
beer,
doing? I'm getting
THC
blazed
beer.
on this trail.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I drove a Blazer, fuck.
Oh man, blaze on the blazer, blaze in the blazer on the blazing trail.
Blazing the trail in the Blazer.
There you go.
And
Nice.
on the trail
Yeah.
of life.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, I like it. I can dig it.
Yeah. So, Blazer, go ahead and send me a free Blazer.
I don't
whoever
think they've
makes
made blaze in about 30 years.
A
but
Jimmy. Maybe a Jimmy. Maybe a fucking, I don't know, Oldsmobile.
I don't. They don't make Oldsmobile either.
Oldsmobile Bravada. You mean I can't buy a nice Oldsmobile?
They don't make.
Bravada?
They make Oldsmobiles in like 15 years. I
What
wanna
about
say.
a Pontiac? Can I get a nice Pontiac?
I don't
they
think
don't-
Pontiac's around anymore. All right, Grandpa, his old ass fucking
Right?
thing.
I'm like,
you
what
never
about
owned.
a Yugo? Can I get a Yugo?
Your son's gonna be like a Pontiac. You had to crank the engine, old man. Fucking.
A Pontiac, the dashboard. Dude, the dashboard of a Pontiac looks like a Boeing fucking 757 jet like cockpit. There's so many fucking bells and like
I only knew.
switches and lights in that motherfucker.
I only knew one person that ever owned a Pontiac. Oh, I take that back. My grandma had one for a little while. But Jarvis had a Pontiac, and it was a
Dude,
little
those are like
two-door.
the old person car.
But yeah, that Pontiac was a 4-door, big body. It was a big slab, man. I remember
Those are
that.
that's the old.
Shit.
person
I'm pretty
car,
sure that's the car I learned to drive in.
Really?
Actually, yeah.
I learned to drive in a Econoline van because I'm a dirtbag.
Yeah. Dora's old big van.
No, it was older than that. It was like
Really?
It was an old white fucking Chevy Econoline, and it had blue shag carpet interior.
Oh, it was
In
like
the whole-
straight from the 70s.
In the whole inside.
Even the roof was
Even the
fucking-
roof.
Ah,
the
it's
whole
fucking
inside.
sweet.
And it had a bed, but the bed, everything was covered in that blue shag carpet.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would you put the fucking...
No idea, but it was the whole, and dude, and yeah, that van, man.
Was it bigger than Biggin's old van?
It was that same size.
Really?
Yeah. It
Wow.
was dope. That's what I learned to drive in. It was awesome. I was vanning, you know? All right, hold on. I don't know if this thing has,
All right.
oh, there it
Now
is,
you're-
yeah.
You're stalling.
You're on
Go
speakerphone.
on
What do you have to
speakerphone.
say? What do you have to say?
No, it's fine. Look, dude, get over here or I'm going to snort all this cocaine and drink all this alcohol by myself. Okay?
All right,
Last time, I can't wait to fucking see. Hey, who else doing that podcast? Is there one bastard on there?
yeah, it's just,
That's what I'm talking about.
yeah,
The one you don't like.
yeah, that guy's here. He's here.
Oh,
He's here right now, and he's asking about you. And he said, and I'll see you at the church function.
Be there bright and early tomorrow.
Be there bright and early.
my favorite.
Hey, I'll see you soon.
Yeah. Hey, are you coming over or what?
Yeah, it'll be here in just a little bit. We're just gonna talk a few more points.
Okay, wait, am I still on speakerphone or no?
Yeah, you're on speakerphone.
Am I still? Hey, Patrick, you little bitch! I know what you did. You stole my favorite pair of underwear, you fucking underwear sniffing bitch.
There you go, Patrick. Shout out to Patrick.
Patrick, you son of a bitch. Oh, Nick Tanks, I love you, bro.
Love you too, man.
Talk to you guys later.
Later.
All right, buddy. Later. Yep. These are the days of our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a great
Don't miss
dad.
it on the alcohol and
I'm
cocaine.
a great dad.
though.
I'm a great fucking dad. So.